Yo, what's up, guys? Driven to Chunk, and this is the other build that I'm contemplating doing. I'll probably still start Paladin for my farming and try to do the Griswold, huge MF that you can get with Griswold, and go through there until I can get enough currency for either that Storm Barb that I showed you guys, or try to build into this. And what this is a two-handed sacrifice with Asylum. It's a build I've been really wanting to experiment with a while, and it looks really, really cool. The only thing I wish this weapon had was some attack speed, so I didn't necessarily have to go Fanaticism. But it doesn't really matter. You don't really need much attack speed to get to the break point at all. So Asylum with the Innocence, so we proc that level 40 Fist of Heavens. And we're going to do just some basic stuff. All this is all subject to change. Just some very basic, usual suspects. This one's definitely kind of required just because it has so much life after each kill, which is really helpful. But there's a little workaround with that. I'll show you in the map. We do use a little bit of charge, but we only put 1 point into charge. We really just use that for leeching. And to kind of send some units into hit recovery, and a lot of FHR charms, nothing really crazy with a lot of stuff. So again, this is all kind of end game stuff, but there is some early game things that you can do to kind of cheese your way to have something kind of similar to this, which I'll probably use, maybe not two-hander, but one-hander, but I would like to do the two-hander version. We'll go through the skills real quick. Of course, we're maxing out Sacrifice, which got moved to a level 6. We'll put a couple points into Zeal just for a single target. When we get to boss, I think we put like 10 points into Joust, so we have a little bit more cooldown and a little more bonus for the attack bonus, the damage bonus, critical strike stuff. Holy Sword, max that out as well. And then we max out Fanaticism and Redemption for the synergies of Sacrifice. And that's about it. So I'm just really interested in doing some kind of just unique builds for me. I'm sure this has already been a build before two-hand sacrifice, but we are playing hardcore, so I'm not too entirely sure how viable this is going to be. It is a little risky jumping into certain mobs, but we'll see how it goes. Okay. Where are the mobs at? Groupie. And I think cows have kind of a little extra magic immune, so we're still doing all right. You see I'm switching back to charge. I do that to send the mob into hit recovery, and also for leeching. So I'm kind of spamming between the buttons a little bit. But we are tending to be a sacrifice build, but I gotta work it out. I just gotta be careful with it. Again, we're testing for hardcore, so we don't have any potions. And I kind of use charge to actually get a little life leech out of some of the mobs. I start seeing my stuff go down a little bit. Just charge. Still gotta be careful of auras. Don't want to just jump into a bad pack. Get them all bunched up nicely. See, they're starting to surround me, so I charge them to stun as many as I can. Because I don't know if there's a physical immune in there or what have you. So, yeah, double damage type, that's the name of the game. That's what I always like to do. And yeah, we do use charge. Just more of a utility thing. Could you go pure charge? For sure. But charge just feels clunky when you get surrounded and stuff, so... But it does have its place. It's cool though. Big bonks. Let's get the boss up here. Lots of conviction stuff. Definitely gotta be a lot more careful on this one than the Storm Barb. This guy is I'm trying to play this build as well, at least in beta, to get myself a little more acclimated to jousting in the mob. It's something I'm not really comfortable with, because I'm not very good at hardcore. I've only done tier 0 D clone successfully. I've only done it three times, so not too sure. But yeah, very fun. Like I said, use charge to if you need a life leech or do whatever. Charge around, I guess, a little bit, but you want to probably avoid maps, of course, that have crushing blow. Even ones that have enemy has faster hit recovery. Kind of don't want that. Because they just come out of hit recovery a little too soon. So I switched to Zeal for this. You get enough surrounded by the boss, enough mobs surrounded by the boss, then you can, you know, maybe take a little more damage off using sacrifice. But that's why I put a couple points into Zeal. We're doing okay. As far as like other tier 3 maps, like, you know, I know a lot of people test on whatchamacallit, Throne Rooms of Insanity. You gotta watch out for archers, of course, too. Archers are the owies. But fun. Like, you know, I like sacrifice a lot. Oh shit. See, I jumped in there, not where I wanted, but I'm just gonna charge around to try to stun people. Negate some of the damage. And there's some options, you know, for armor if you didn't want to go the Innocence build. I just like it because, you know, it just procs that Fist of the Heavens more. And that does, you know, it does some decent damage. I'll try to go fast. I'm not gonna do the whole map. I'm just trying to jump in and try not to die in the demo, though. That would be embarrassing. But of course, you speed up you're diving with the mobs, you can get that DPS counter to go up way more. Another thing that Asylum has, which is very beneficial, is that freeze target. You know, I see why people play Holy Freeze with this stuff. It just makes it way safer. So, is there better builds, two-handed builds than what I'm doing? Of course. Of course. But this is just, I always really wanted to make an Asylum, see how it was. And, you know, it would be it's going to be a bummer if you get low rolls on the Asylum because it's just expensive, but it is what it is. All you can do is make it and hope for the best. But like tier 1 maps, you honestly don't even need to see, I'm charging just to get them being hit recovery, hopefully freeze them. Because sometimes I just joust in the wrong spot. But I'm trying to break my fear of jousting. Because joust is really good. It gives you so much more attack rating, damage, movement speed. Great skill. So I figured I might as well use the beta to try and get over that fear if this is a build that I want to play. I only did 2 days of testing, so I only really kind of came up with 2 builds. And that's usually what I do per season. You know, you gotta have goals, you know, what you want to make. I'll be following it good on the map here in a little bit. And as you see, charge still does damage. If you just charge into things, we have 1 point into charge. Even with the nerfs, charge still does just fine. The one thing I don't like about Jast is that kind of, what do you call it, a miscast, a dead cast? I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. That is when you're the most vulnerable. I should say, one of the times. But that freeze, +3 to freeze target, really good. Really good, but steady damage. And sometimes you mess up and you kill some low HP mobs you're meant to sacrifice a charge, but okay, well, at least you're alive. That's all that counts in hardcore, for sure. And that's just how I test hardcore. No potions. See if I can play a map perfectly. So fun. Sacrifice, they did such a good job with the Sacrifice rework. Made one of the worst skills in vanilla Diablo 2 into one of the best ones. This mod is amazing. Really, really looking forward to Season 11. And, put these four guys in here. You can see on Zeal. You know, Zeal still does good damage, even though we've got 10 points. Like I said, that's kind of our, when we get to the boss, we just Zeal on him. And yeah, that's the build. You know, Asylum's cool. Very, very cool. The Innocence, I haven't used very many builds with this yet. This will be my first season where I'm going to try to go for an Innocence. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you guys want to support the channel, help me get to at least 500 subscribers this season, that would be amazing. There'll be more PD2 Season 3 11 content coming, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.